Okay, walk me home, day off edition. I went to the Vietnamese market. Oops, I need to change hands here. The bus is leaving. He is having some technical difficulties, but he at least got me home. Something with the driver's seat. So, I went to the market. I was mainly going to focus on getting vegetables, and I did that. I got 2 kinds of winter squash and a lot of other stuff. I was very happy about that. And I can just make a nice stir fry out of that, just bring it. And I went without eating, which was not smart, but I just had one of those nasty allergy sinus, it's gonna rain things going on, and headache, and I just, even when I beat it back, I still just felt lousy, and I didn't want to eat before I left, so I didn't. And I realized at the store I'm getting kind of hungry, and it smells like fish there, and I'm not a big fan of the smell of fish, and I'm still hungry. I'm thinking I gotta eat something. I'm looking around, and I have to be careful because I have food allergies, intolerances, and such. So there's a lot of stuff I can't eat. It's like already ready to eat. Some stuff I'm not really clear on the label, that kind of thing. But I thought, hey, let's go to the deli. They had a little hot food deli there. And I would love to get some video of it, but I didn't feel like that would be respectful to the store. If I ask and get permission, that's one thing, but I was hungry, I just wanted to eat, so I didn't ask. I was afraid they would say, no, go away. So I waited in line. It was a long line, and I thought that's a really, really good sign. Now, my husband used to say, if you walk past it and you smell food, it's probably going to be good. But my rule is, if there's always a line, it's going to be good food. And there's always a line. So I noticed everybody had their buggies or shopping carts parked off to the side. So I thought that's very respectful. I like that. So I did that with mine, and I got in line, and everybody was very polite and civil. And there were a couple of black ladies, various Vietnamese people, and me. So when I got up to the front, the knife man, I guess we'll call him, the butcher, asked me what I wanted. I said 1.5 pounds of the pork, and there were a couple kinds of pork, but it all looked good, so I figured whatever they give me is good. And they had a pig head up there that had been roasted somehow, and even that looked good to me. I was so hungry. So, oops, hi. Okay, we're just going through, and you don't know what the hell I'm doing, do you? Hey, my house is paid off. Is yours? So, anyways, I always want to say that when they look at me. But anyways, so he got to work, he was smiling at me, and I brought gospel packets with Vietnamese booklets. Thank you, World Missionary Press. So I got those bad boys out, and I gave one to the cashier and one to the butcher, and they were both just tickled to death. And then I gave one to the lady who rung up my other groceries, and she was tickled to death. So the candy lady concept, I think, is really workable pretty much anywhere if you put some kind of outreach material, even like a business card for your church, in a little bag with some candy. It's easy, and people generally love getting it. And if they don't want it, they'll just say no thanks. Like the guy on the bus, they were training a new guy. The new guy took it, and the trainer did not. He just said, no thanks, I'm trying to lose weight. And I said, okay, I respect, I thought I respect that, and I put it away. But I wasn't offended, and that's the thing, don't get offended. And just offer it once. If they change their mind, they'll let you know. God showed me that one time. I had some very aggressive Jehovah's Witnesses bothering me at a bus stop. So they wouldn't take no for an answer. And I thought, is this how my recipients feel? So, okay, sorry about the noise. It's actually nice out for a change. It's been raining off and on. It's going to be raining off and on for a while, a couple more days. So they don't I think people feel like they need to get out and do it while it's nice out. And it's nice for me because I don't have to bring my groceries home in the rain. So, getting past him. The car gawking at me. Yeah, you're not used to this, are you? Okay. But you know what? It is good for the pride. Sometimes when somebody shouts at me at work and somebody else walks by and they just kind of look at me very pityingly, I just say, well, I asked God to work on the pride, and they always laugh, and you know, they get it. So, and it's true. So, anyways, so he dished it up, and there was a ton of meat in there. It was so good. I put that video up, I hope. And so I paid for it and checked out, and total was a little higher than I anticipated, but I got a lot of food, so I didn't mind. And I want to be eating real food, guys, you know, that you know, comes from ingredients. I don't want a list of ingredients if at all possible. Now, something like the teriyaki sauce I use, that's one thing, but you know, if the whole meal comes in a box covered in plastic, you have to microwave it, and it's got a long ass list of ingredients, it's probably not something you should be eating, if possible. Now, remember, I went to the grocery store hungry, so I'm not really one to talk. But I got meat, roasted meat, and that's what I ate at the bus stop. Well, some of it. I ate like 4 big pieces, nice chunks. He cut it up perfectly. I'm gonna get that guy something good next time. I'm really glad I gave him the candy, and he'll remember that. I'm not doing it to get favors, but appreciation. I appreciate his hard work. He's working his butt off with that cleaver. So, anyways, when I checked out, I gobbled some of it. I used one of my disinfecting wipes because I had been riding the bus and God knows what. And so I hello. So I you know, just to clean off my hand a little bit, and ate some of it, and that took the edge off. And I got a couple of bottles of the jasmine tea, jasmine green tea. It didn't have any sugar in it, and I like that. And it's very refreshing. And it actually brings back good memories, because when Ron was at the hospital in 2003, the hospital had this big iced tea dispenser for the jasmine green tea. And I used to love to drink that whenever I get a chance. You know, I would go in there and I would buy a meal and drink some of the tea with it. And it was a lot better for me than like the Dr. Pepper or whatever. So it's a good memory for some reason. And I just love like iced green tea with jasmine. So good. So I like pretty much any kind of iced tea. Except the sweet tea. I'm not a big fan of that. It's just... So, I'm almost home now, yay. So, oh, and I was paying for my own health insurance about 10 years ago. I did for a year or two, but it was like half my pay. It was ridiculous. And I was youngish, I was in good health, and I couldn't understand why they wanted like $500 a month. And after I canceled the service, they sent me a couple of checks right before Ron died, when things were really bad. One of them was like for $465. I didn't ask any questions. I just put it in the bank and spent it because I needed it. And these guys, I feel so bad for this family. That's got to be a nightmare for them. But they hang on. So you know, they did some kind of class action thing a while back, and I signed up, and I thought I'm not going to get anything because they already gave me some money. They sent me $70, so it's nice. I'll put it in the bank tomorrow and see how that goes. But you know, I can use it to pay for my groceries. But yeah, I'm just Almost home, so that's good. I think once I get everything put up, I'm gonna take a nap. I have to put this up immediately because I got all these vegetables and the cooked meat, but you know, what is that? I don't want to know. I'm talking at the lady with the buggy. What is that doing in my neighborhood? I want to go back under the overpass. You know, what they don't realize is if I'm walking through the neighborhood confidently with a purpose, not looking around, if I am clean, my clothes are clean, you know, and I don't have junk in the buggy, then it's probably a pretty safe bet I live here. But they don't see that. It's mildly annoying to me, but why, hello, there's some kind of bird in my tree. But I am home. Alrighty, that's it.